Hey, high school football fans, welcome to a Week 1 preview of the 2010 season. My name is Bret Bakita from 107.3 WBBL FM, joined as always from the Grand Rapids Press with Jane Boss, and we've got our top 5 matchups for Week 1 we're going to take you through. But first, Jane, East Grand Rapids, Rockford, Lowell, it seems like the rich will stay on top again this year.
It seems that way again, and I think East Grand Rapids is the team to beat until someone beats them. They've won 22 in a row. Someone's going to stop them before they stop being number one.
Peter Sturzma, running out of fingers, is going to go one for the thumb for 5 straight state championships. They're the defending champs in Division III. And, of course, Noel Dean at Lowell, defending champs in Division II with his nephew at quarterback, Gabe Dean. Let's take a look at Thursday night. There's a handful of games to kick off around the area, and your feature game, Jane, is going to be Jenison at East Grand Rapids.
I can't remember the last time I didn't go to East Grand Rapids at the start of the season. It seems like they always have a big game, a lot of things going on. Now, there's not a lot of games going on, but this one is interesting. Jenison and East Grand Rapids, they have not played since 1983. It's been a long time. It's going to be interesting. Jenison's way improved, I think, from last year for the last couple of years. They're very determined. Their coach, Irv Sigler III, really has them fired up and motivated. East Grand Rapids, obviously, though, is tough to get over.
Well, Peter Sturzma, one for the thumb as they're going for a 5-peat if possible in Division III. Ryan Elbley is back, their starting quarterback, talented player, very good baseball player, has a good knowledge for this offense and will direct it well. Doesn't quite have the weapons that he had a year ago, but one guy that they'll probably rely heavy on in the passing game is Deion Joby.
Deion's great. He's a great player last year. He did a great job for them. There's no reason he won't do it again this year. But you got to look at the tight end linebacker, Trent Voss. You can't forget about him. He's a monster out there.
No, he was a year ago as a junior. Doesn't have his brother to lean upon, who was the defensive end. He's moved on to play basketball at CMU. From there, we go to other matchups, including your feature game on Friday night, Caledonia at Kentwood, which has always lived up to the hype. Always fireworks around this game.
It seems like a crazy game. Not even sure why. I think because they're such great neighbors and they know each other. But this year will be the same thing. Caledonia's coming off a good year. East Kentwood's coming off a way improved season. And I think they both have a lot of talented players back.
Yeah, you look at it, Luke Weiss, the era without him after being pretty much a 4-year starter at Caledonia, being pulled up on the varsity as a freshman. And then East Kentwood has to break in a new quarterback because John Henry, talented athlete and track star, is now down with the Broncos at Western Michigan.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. You really don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's the same thing for every team in the area.
Now, our 107.3 WBBL FM Kickoff Classic is going to be Orchard Lake St. Mary's coming to the Grand Rapids area, not to play East Grand Rapids. They're going to take on Dan Roan's Falcons of West Catholic, and this is part of a doubleheader, Jane, where Catholic Central is going to play Traverse City St. Francis in the first game.
Those will both be fun matches, so I think it'll be a fun day of watching football. 2 games in a row. When was the last time you saw that? I think that'll be fun. I think Catholic Central definitely has its hands full. West Catholic, they could beat Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We saw them play in the first game the last 2 years. They did not look quite as good as they did at the end of the season, so maybe it's a good time to get Orchard Lake. West Catholic's going to be fantastic, too. They have Danny Pittman back. He does everything.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, defensive back, punter. And then they have Tony Brechting back, too. Offensive lineman. He's a junior. He is phenomenal.
And another case where, like Ryan Elbley with East Grand Rapids, Lance Buitendijk is going to be back. He's going to take care of the quarterback position for West Catholic, a very good baseball player as well. Keep an eye on Pat McCarthy on the defensive side, where they suffered a lot of losses for West Catholic up front in that matchup. From there, we go to Davison at Rockford. Rockford, once again, Jane, one of the favorites in the area, especially in Division I. And can they get any bigger on the offensive line than what they have this year?
I really don't know how they could do it. They are huge right now, and I think Ralph Munger's got his defense going too. The offense and defense are both looking good right now. I think having Bret Egdentuck back at linebacker certainly helps. Parker
Anger, big lineman, goes 6'8", about 275, already committed to Butch Jones in the University of Cincinnati. And our final stop is Hamilton at Coopersville. Now, they've been thinking football for a while at Coopersville with the filming of Touchback in the area, but they just want to score a victory over Hamilton, which has been tough to come by over the years for the Broncos.
This year Coopersville has a better chance because Hamilton doesn't have that huge number of returning players, but Hamilton has been so good lately, there's no reason they won't keep that up. But Coopersville, first-year coach Todd Van Houten, we'll see what they can do.
And make sure you follow all the high school football coverage online right here at mlive.com and on the radio side on 107.3 WBBL FM.